Behind every outstanding invention, there are people. Give me a lever long enough, and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. Curiosity is always the first step to resolving a problem. Inventors should be treated like pop stars. Over 50,000 substances were synthesized before the active ingredient for a new anticoagulant could be developed. Elisabeth Pertzborn was a member of the Bayer Healthcare Development Team.
Wenn man so kurz vor dem Abitur ist,
when you're about to leave school, you naturally start thinking about what you want to do. Most of my classmates said they wanted to be teachers.
Ich wollte nicht Lehrerin.
I didn't want to become a teacher.
Und dann habe ich gesagt, ja, ich möchte Naturwissenschaften.
And then I said I'd like to study science, biology.
Unsere Lehrerinnen haben
And our teachers didn't believe me.
Sie haben gesagt, ich wäre eine Traumtänzerin.
They said I was living in a dream world.
Und da war ich erbost.
That annoyed me.
Nach meinem langen Forscherleben,
I've been a scientist for the better part of my life now. That makes me quite proud. It's nonsense to say that girls are not capable of doing that. Girls need to have more faith in their own abilities.
Chlorine is required in the manufacture of around 70% of all chemical products. A new technology makes it possible to cut energy consumption in its production by a third. Andreas Bulan was involved in developing the technology at Bayer Material Science.
Als Kind habe ich Mofas frisiert.
When I was a teenager, I used to tinker around with mopeds. Now I work on optimizing production technologies. But the procedure is basically the same. First, you have to find out how something works. Then you can start making improvements.
Wenn ich eine Anlage optimieren
To optimize a production facility, you need to take a very close look at everything. If we don't continuously improve our processes, they will end up being inefficient. Some 700,000 people worldwide have been diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension. If left untreated, pulmonary hypertension can lead to death within 3 years of diagnosis. Johannes Peter Stasch of Bayer Healthcare worked for over 20 years on a new substance to treat pulmonary hypertension.
Für mich ist die Zeit, inzwischen sind es 20 Jahre.
The time has just flown by. It's been 20 years now. Most people associate endurance with sports.
Sport war nicht so mein Thema.
I was never really into sports. I was more attracted to science, and that was the path I chose.
Es gibt nichts Schöneres.
For me, there's nothing like seeing something for the very first time, something no one else has seen before, or being able to influence something in a way that wasn't possible before.
Und für solche Momente, von denen es
Moments like that are very rare in the life of a researcher, but when they do come along, they make up for all the hard work. Wheat is grown on more than 200 million hectares worldwide, but despite the increased yields, farmers still can't keep up with the increase in demand. Markus Weidler is a wheat expert at Bayer Crop Science.
Haben Sie schon mal hungernde Menschen gesehen?
Have you ever seen people who are starving? And I don't mean seeing them on TV while you're munching on a muesli bar or tucking into a hamburger. I'm talking about people you can smell, touch, and see with your own eyes.
Ich hab's gesehen.
I saw people like that when I was traveling in India, and it changed me.
Bei der Bayer AG,
When I first came to Bayer, I worked in strategic planning.
als mir dann die Möglichkeit geboten hat,
But when I was given the opportunity to set up a wheat research unit, of course I jumped at the chance.
wir wollen neue, robustere Weizensorten entwickeln,
We're aiming to develop new, more robust varieties that will thrive in places where wheat can't be grown at the moment.
ich möchte dafür sorgen, dass diese
I want to help ensure that these people have enough to eat. These are just 4 researchers out of 13,000 at Bayer worldwide, who all have one thing in common, one mission.